Rene Meulensteen is a Manchester United player. Despite interest from Tottenham, Newcastle, he followed his childhood dream of playing for United. Even without European football, it still shows that Manchester United are, a big pull, Neil, when it comes to getting the best players.
I think they are one of the biggest clubs in the world, aren't they? Regarding what people all around the world think about Man United when they think about English football,
yeah, of course.
And it's a big pull, and I think it was obvious from day one that he wanted to push. I mean, the stories in the paper today about how Brentford are trying to get him to go to Newcastle and Tottenham. But I think once your mind's made up and you want to go to that club, then good luck.
£71 million though, is a lot of money.
I think it's probably about 15 million more than they should do. But I think that's because of Man United, really.
Yeah.
I think Man United have to pay a bit more. But at least it's a proven, some of the signings over the last 5 years, dearie me. The 80 million for Sancho and some of the other money throwing about.
Disaster.
So it's at least when you know what you're getting here, you've got a good player.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it's been Brentford, it's not a Man United, so I think everybody's out regarding that, but he seems a level-headed lad, and I don't think he'll let too much affect him. If I'm honest, I think he'll do well there.
Yeah. Let's speak to Rene Meulensteen. He's joined us now. All right, Rene.
Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Neil.
Morning, Rene.
Rene, pleasure to have you on, matey. Look, Amarin's got a couple of decent signings over the line. Cunha and Mbeumo. Do you think that can say they're back?
No, I think that's a little bit too early to say. Because we all have to see it. I said it before. I think people ask me, what do you think of Manchester United this season? I think ask me the same question when they've played 10 games. Because I do think they have to come out the traps for everybody, for Amorim, because if that doesn't happen, then straight away the discussion starts flaring up again about is the system right, and the negativity that they had to deal with. And I heard Neil before saying, when you're not winning, you as a manager have to be, on the front foot, making sure you stay positive. But that negativity has been getting under everybody's skin, and that is what you want to get rid of. And you can only do that by great performances and winning games. Cunha and Mbeumo, I do think both really good signings.
What do you think about the back line, Rene? I worry still about... is it me? Have I missed any signings for Man United at the back?
No.
Because I thought they were poor last year at the back.
I do, and I totally agree with you. I think they do have got some really strength up front, creativity, assist and goals in there. But I think what everybody could see and what all the opponents did, they did expose the midfield especially as well, that got overrun a lot. And therefore the back line got under pressure and they conceded too many goals. And like you said, it still worries me as well.
Yeah, look, when we look at Manchester United, me and Neil know, obviously, over the years, a huge football club, and I feel like they're in a position at the moment where they've got no European football. They've got to kick on. Alan Pardew thinks they could be in a relegation fight. I mean, do you think it could be that extreme?
Well, I think Alan obviously thinks along the same lines as what he's seen last season. And obviously these two signings hopefully will make a difference, but they make a difference, on the front part of the game. But at the end of the day, you start with a solid backline, with a solid, axe in the middle of the park, with good goalkeepers, good centre-backs, and not conceding goals. So I think, again, it's too early to say, but it all depends on how they're gonna start the season.
Rene, when he came in, what my beef is with him is that when as a manager, when you go into a club, I always thought you look at what you've got and then decide how you're going to play. And he's so adamant about playing three at the back. And I thought when he came in, well, you're not going to play three at the back, pal, because you haven't got three centre halves for a start. And I just don't understand the logic of playing this system if you haven't got the players. And unless he signs one or two defenders, I can't see anything changing.
No, and then again, you're totally right. And I said it before, and I think Amorim dug himself a little bit of a hole by being so persistent to that system, because I think he should have said, listen, I do favour the 3-4-3 system. I've had a lot of success with it. I hope I can make it work at Manchester United, but I need to look at the players that I've got.
Yeah.
I need to look at the Premier League, and maybe I have to tweak a few things to make sure that I get things going. And that hasn't happened. And that's why if he sticks to it and it doesn't work from the word go, then straight away that negativity and the uncertainty will come back, what they had last season.
And Rene, I've got to ask you about Barcelona and Marcus Rashford. That deal obviously getting done. Do you think he deserves that move?
Yeah, in some ways I do, because obviously I still think Marcus Rashford, a good Marcus Rashford, is a very, very good player with world-class qualities, and he would fit well with Barcelona. He would fit well in the Spanish league, because they play slightly different than in the Premier League, because I do think the Premiership is still the most difficult league in the world. So I can see him fitting in there, absolutely. And it's good for finally that has all come through and it's happening for him. I think it's time at Manchester United is over. For whatever reason, something has broken down over time. So good luck to him.
I had to laugh yesterday when he said, I was on a programme yesterday with Simon Jordan, and they brought up that he's going to forego £10 million or something, or whatever it was. And I had to laugh because, who doesn't want to go and play for Barcelona?
Nah,
especially, no disrespect to Aston Villa and clubs like that.
Yeah.
But you know, if you've got an opportunity like that and you Marcus, he knows that this is a chance of a lifetime, isn't it?
Yeah.
And money can't be coming that as a driving force when he's got an opportunity like that, can he?
No, absolutely not. Rene, what about Garnacho, Anthony, Sancho, still at the club? Got to get rid of them. Difficult, right? Because you got top players on big money. And can't get them out the door.
Yeah, but plus the fact that they totally do not fit in the system that Amorim wants to play. They're all wingers. You know, the strength is all playing high and wide on the line, getting into 1v1 situations, taking players on inside, outside, and then make things happen. So Neil said it before: too many signings, too much money, and haven't really performed.
And Garnacho, when I watch him,
I like him.
I thought to myself, wow, he can win games of football, and of all the players, I thought he was the one that surely you could just tweak something in what you're looking at to get him involved. Because they're buying players now. Are they any better than your Garnacho? All the players they're going to look at.
I agree.
I just think he's got to start.
Apparently, he's a bit of an attitude problem. I don't know.
Not what, a bit like you.
Apparently that's why they want him out the door. But look, it's a difficult one. They're looking at other players. Nicholas Jackson, apparently they're looking at Rene. I don't know if he's good enough to lead the line at Manchester United. What do you think?
Yeah, but then again, you look at the fee that they slapped on it.
I know,
100 million plus.
I agree with you.
Oh, my God, what are we talking about here?
Hey, but Man United would probably pay it. We're looking at the money they've thrown away on people. Sancho, Antonio. I just look at the money that they've wasted over the years. And
but if you think about it, Neil, and that really just rubs up against me a little bit, because if you look at the last 12 to 18 months, what has happened at the club. The redundancies that they've made and everything, and all the club, what was built, the foundations on what it was built is being ripped to pieces, and these people sitting there giving their hearts and souls to the club, and this money has been thrown around, and everybody asks, where's the sanity in this, where everything that was happening in the club has been taken apart. So I think that it is also for some people at Manchester United that hold Manchester United dearly hard to digest.
Rene, do you think he survives the season, Amorim?
Only when he keeps winning games.
I was just going to say that, Rene, as well. As a manager, you can survive anything if you win games, can't you? But I just can't see the back line. He's got to have some. Surely he's got to have some players up his sleeve for the defenders. He can't go into the season with that same back five.
I mean, he's got to sign some players, that's for sure. They need to figure out something.
Need a goalkeeper if Onana is out for a long time, but we all know that Onana wasn't.
Did you see Martinez mentioned today? Martinez, 40 million. I think he'll be 40 million in his own mind, won't he? Because he thinks he's the best, isn't he? So that'll be a good character. But the thing is, he is a leader.
Character.
He is a leader, though, isn't he, Em?
Yeah.
Can you see him getting out of the dressing room? And you've always had, when they've been successful, Rennie, you've always had a good goalkeeper, haven't you? A strong goalkeeper.
Absolutely, it starts from there. Definitely, 100%.
Rene, you're a star. Thanks for coming on, matey.
Just one thing, Neil. If you speak to Adel Turbap later, I had him at Fulham. Make sure you give him my regard.
I will.
What was he like?
Hey, once, Rene, I must tell you quickly. When we played Fulham once, I substituted him at Fulham because he weren't doing enough. And he went into the dressing room, got changed and went back on a bus. He caught a bus outside the ground home or something like that one. He took off home.
Yeah. I know.
Oh,
Adele, yeah,
I'll give you your regards.
Yeah, he's coming on at 9. Rene Meulensteen there, former Manchester United coach.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.